Welcome to Country Curiosity, your passport to exploring the fascinating, lesser-known gems of various countries, states, and cities. Join me on this journey of discovery as we unravel intriguing facts, uncover hidden wonders, and delve into the rich tapestry of cultures from around the world. So, pack your imagination and let's set off together on this thrilling expedition of knowledge and wonder. Today we're going to explore the crazy laws in the land down under, or what we know as Australia. This nickname comes from its geographical location in the southern hemisphere, located below the equator. The term, down under, is commonly used by people from other parts of the world when talking about Australia, due to its unique position on the globe. First, wearing pink hot pants. Do you love pink? Careful, my friend. In the state of Victoria, it is considered illegal for a man to wear pink hot pants after midday on a Sunday. The origins of this law are not entirely clear, but it is speculated that it might have been an attempt to prevent disorderly conduct during certain days of the week. It's important to mention that laws regarding clothing restrictions were more prevalent in the past, and this particular law might be an archaic relic that is no longer enforced in modern times. Second on our list of strange laws is swearing in public. While freedom of speech is a fundamental right in democratic countries, including Australia, there are certain restrictions on using offensive language in public spaces. In New South Wales, swearing or using offensive language in public is technically against the law. The intent behind this law is likely to maintain public decorum and avoid the escalation of altercations that might arise due to verbal abuse. However, it's worth noting that this law is rarely enforced, and many Australians wouldn't think twice about using colourful language during casual conversations. Well, looks like Australians have to save their best, bloody, vocabulary for private conversations. Another one is no keeping of pigeons without a license. Say what? Who knew pigeon keeping was such a serious business? South Australia has a law that requires individuals to obtain a license to keep pigeons. This law was implemented to prevent the spread of diseases associated with pigeons, and to regulate the population of these birds in urban areas. Pigeons can be considered pests if not properly managed, and obtaining a license helps authorities monitor and control their numbers. However, it's worth mentioning that most pet pigeon owners are unlikely to be affected by this law, as it is more focused on pigeon breeders and commercial ventures. Next is the unauthorized possession of Bibles. Historically, Queensland had a law that made it illegal to possess a Bible without government registration. This law dates back to a time when religious and cultural tensions influenced various aspects of society. The intention behind the law was likely to track religious texts and control the dissemination of religious beliefs. However, as times changed and religious freedom became more widely respected, this law became obsolete and was eventually repealed. Today, people in Queensland are free to possess religious texts without any restrictions. Number 5. Riding a cow in public. The law against riding a cow on the streets of Western Australia might sound absurd to most people today. However, in the past, when animals were more commonly used for transportation, such laws were enacted to prevent road hazards and maintain order on the streets. I guess that's why you never see cowboys down under. Riding a cow or any other non-conventional animal in public places could lead to accidents or cause disruption to the flow of traffic. Nowadays, this law is considered obsolete, and riding cows on the streets is unlikely to be an issue in modern Australia. Sixth on our list is the shotgun wedding ban. The Northern Territory, like other jurisdictions, has had a history of laws aimed at protecting women's rights and preventing forced marriages. One such law prohibits a man from marrying his bride if she is not physically a virgin. The rationale behind this law might have been to discourage and penalize marriages based on deceit or coercion. However, it's essential to note that such laws have been a topic of controversy, and have faced criticism for perpetuating patriarchal values. As society has progressed, there has been a push to reform or repeal such laws to ensure gender equality and personal autonomy in marriage. For number 7, we have jokes about pies. In the city of Launceston, Tasmania, there is an unusual law that prohibits making jokes or derogatory comments about the locally produced meat pies. Tasmania, like many regions, takes pride in its local culinary specialties, and the pie is an iconic Australian dish enjoyed by locals and visitors alike. The law, though not widely enforced, might have been introduced to protect the reputation of local businesses and maintain a positive image of the city's culinary offerings. Another one is a law about not flushing the toilet. South Australia has a law that imposes a fine on individuals who fail to flush a public toilet after use. The rationale behind this law is primarily centered on hygiene and sanitation. Properly flushing toilets helps maintain cleanliness in public restrooms and reduces the spread of germs and diseases. While this law may seem unusual to some, it highlights the importance placed on public health and maintaining cleanliness in shared spaces. Remember, folks, if you potty in public, you'd better not forget to flush too. 9 is filling up containers with fuel. In Queensland, it is illegal to fill up containers with fuel, such as petrol or diesel, unless those containers are approved by relevant authorities. Who knew fuel containers needed approval? This law aims to prevent accidents and ensure the safe storage and transportation of flammable liquids. The use of non-approved containers can pose significant risks, including fire hazards, spills, and environmental pollution. By enforcing this law, authorities seek to protect the public and the environment from potential fuel-related incidents. Number 10. Honking of horns near sandwich shops. Victoria has a peculiar law that prohibits honking a car horn near a sandwich shop after 8 p.m. The reasoning behind this law is not explicitly stated in legal records, but it could be related to preserving the peace and quiet in residential areas during late hours. The law may have been enacted to prevent unnecessary disturbances to residents living near eateries, and to discourage loud or disruptive behavior near public establishments late at night. For 11, we have no selling spray paint to minors. In an effort to curb vandalism and graffiti, the state of New South Wales has implemented a law that restricts the sale of spray paint to minors. The intention is to deter young people from engaging in graffiti-related activities that might damage public or private property. By controlling access to spray paint, authorities aim to reduce instances of vandalism and maintain the appearance of urban areas. It's all fun and games until kids start spray painting each other with water guns instead. Next is removing a band-aid in public. Another strange law in Victoria is the prohibition on removing a band-aid in public. This law has been intended to prevent the spreading of infectious diseases, or to maintain hygiene in public spaces. The underlying principle might have been to encourage people to handle personal medical matters discreetly in private settings. I can just imagine someone discreetly trying to peel off a band-aid in public, only to be stopped by a stern-faced officer. Hold it right there. Step away from the band-aid. Another is the possession of stolen whale bones. Don't know how they came up with this, but Western Australia has a law against the possession of stolen whale bones. This law is likely aimed at protecting marine ecosystems and preventing the illegal trade in marine wildlife parts. Whales are protected species, and their bones can hold significant cultural, historical, and scientific value. Enforcing such laws is essential in preserving the marine environment and preventing the destruction of vital ecological resources. Second to the last is about disturbing a church service. Disturbing a church service or any religious gathering is considered an offence in New South Wales. Such laws aim to respect the freedom of religious practice and prevent disruptions during important ceremonies and services. The law reinforces the idea of religious tolerance and underscores the importance of maintaining a peaceful environment for worshippers. Lastly, entering licensed premises wearing a suit of armor. In Queensland, it is illegal to enter a licensed establishment, such as a bar or pub, while wearing a suit of armor. This law is likely rooted in concerns about public safety and security. While suits of armor are not a common sight in modern times, the law may have been introduced in the past when individuals wearing armor in public places could have been perceived as a potential threat or risk to others. As with some of the other laws mentioned, this particular law might be an archaic remnant that is no longer relevant or enforced in contemporary Australian society. I guess knights in shining armor are better suited for medieval banquets than Aussie pubs. That's it. If you enjoyed this tour containing the crazy laws of Australia, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more entertaining adventures from around the world. And don't forget to join our group of travel enthusiasts on Facebook. Links are in the description. If you are amazed at this video, also check out a similar one. Explore Mumbai, uncovering the city's strangest regulations. Hope you learned something new. I'll see you in the next one.